What's going on, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists out there? Welcome to Getting Started with Age of Sigmar Part 3. So what you see before you are the miniatures I've built. Now, well, these two aren't part of that. That's part of another thing. But this is the miniature that came with this Getting Started magazine here. I've built it. I built the miniature. So we've done that. So if you remember, I read this little bit to you. Age of Sigmar. This is the Age of Sigmar. Assembled the miniature. No, tell a lie. It wasn't this one. It is these. It's these. Correction. It's because I've got the Stormbringer. Whatchamacallit, magazine as well, with 3 miniatures in with it as well. So these are the miniatures. I got the Stormcast Eternals and the Cruel Boy Gut Ripper. So I've got those two. So they're done, or built, I should say. Then we talked about the Realms of War, or have we talked about that yet? I'm not sure if we did. I've read through it though. So forgive me. I might have done this. Did I do this? Might not have. I don't know. But basically talked about the different realms. I'll read it again. Waged on 1,000 or more fronts. Conflict that grows fiercer. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think I read this, didn't I, to you? The Realms of War talked about how the realms were. This book is your gateway to the world of thrilling adventure, deadly peril. I think we did that. Talks about the god, king. Warhammer, Age of Sigmar tells the tale of death or glory, struggle or control over the mortal realms. 8 elemental worlds, each with their own lethal hazards, monsters and long-buried secrets. For centuries, these lands languished under the dominion of chaos gods, primordial enemies of mortal kind. Their dominion lasted until Sigmar, the god king of humanity. There's kind of a similarity there to the god emperor of mankind with Warhammer 40,000, don't you think? But anyways, sent forth his heavenly host to conquer the vast regions of realms in a series of lightning crusades where Sigmar's armies triumphed. Great cities were razed and the roots of civilization laid down, but the enemies of order are legion and would see the flame of progress snuffed out forever. I'm not sure if I talked about that. Stormcaster Tunnels. So it talks about these guys here. So the Stormcaster Tunnels are the God King's greatest champions. Heroes transformed into immortals, their souls and bodies bolstered by a celestial lightning. It is well that each of their number is a masterful warrior outfitted with storm-forged weapons and armour, for a raid against them is a fearsome assemblage of heathens, tyrants and monsters. First and foremost among the Stormcast Eternals enemies are the twisted armies of chaos, savage mortal warriors and demons given unnatural gifts by the dark gods. Yet there are other powers that would see Sigmar's nascent empire brought low. The dead hosts of the great necromancer are a constant menace to the living, and all the while the forces of destruction rampage across the lands, smashing everything in their path to rubble. Age of Sigmar is an era of unending war through the God King's army, though the God King's armies have, through blood and toil, established many strongholds of civilization. The vast majority of realms remains in the clutches of chaos. To stray beyond the safety of high walls into the magic ravaged worlds beyond is to risk corruption, mutation, and an agonizing death. Yet this is exactly what the champions of order must do if they are to spread the light of civilization across a benighted realmscape. This is the setting of the Warhammer Age of Sigmar hobby, a rich and ever-expanding saga that calls out for you to take up the warlord's mantle and decide the fate of the mortal realms. Will you choose to be the saviour of mortal kind or its destroyer? So it's basically telling you that these are. They say it's nothing to do with Warhammer 40,000, but these are the kind of Space Marine equivalent, really. To be, honest, they just are. They're kind of the poster boys for the good guys. All right, the Stormcaster Tunnels, and they look cool. They do. I have painted a couple before, and they're nice to paint. They are nice to paint. So once I get a bit more into it, we'll see. So forging your legend, at its heart, the Warhammer Age of Sigmar hobby revolves around a vast range of beautifully sculpted and characterful miniatures. Yeah, we know that, from heavily armoured Stormcast Eternals to the putrid demons of Nurgle, and the violent and cunning cruel boys. These guys here. Yeah, these guys there. There are larger than life warriors and monsters of every description to choose from and collect. And you know the score with that. So it's telling you there's good guys, there's bad guys. After you've learned more about the mortal realms and the apocalyptic battles that have been fought over them, you'll be ready to write the next chapter in this gripping saga yourself. So it's just getting you ready for that. Now, over the page, we have a beautiful depiction. I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah. Having lured them into the sucking swamps of Fondir, the cruel boys launch a vicious ambush on the hammers of Sigmar, with enough spite and cunning to even the mightiest champions can be felled. It's beautiful. I like the way they set these up. They're not dioramas, they're actually models on tables. So these are the Stormcast guys, and these are the Ruck cruel boys. So that's really cool. Then we have, if the God King's mighty Stormcast Eternals are a vision of glory and celestial splendour, then the Oryx of the cruel boys are the mirror opposite. Spiteful, backstabbing killers who will employ every underhanded trick at their disposal in order to torment and destroy their foes. Just a great depiction of good versus evil. Well, I'll come on to it. Sentinels of Order. So this starts to talk about the good guys in the next section. So it starts to talk about the Sentinels of Order, and it tells you a bit more about the Stormcast Eternals. These guys here. There's different types of them. You can kill them, but they come back, but they're a little bit weaker each time or something like that. But that's okay. Hosts of the God King. And so we're talking about the good guys here, and this is the bit that we need to know, really. The Sentinels of Order. So it's talking about the good guys. So this is the bit I find confusing. Now, if we can zoom in a bit. No. Well, so here we've got a Vindicator Stormcast Eternal there. Knight Arcanum Stormcast Eternals. That's what I got with the magazine. So I built him. So I got him right there. Okay, he's and a Praetor Stormcast Eternal. So there's different free Stormcast Eternals there. Okay, I'm with it so far. The Stormcast Eternals are the good guys. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Then under here, it's got Meluce Iron Scale, Daughters of Cain. Now she looks like a demon of some kind. Next to it, Witch Elf, Daughters of Cain. Again, looks like a bad guy. Namati Frau, Idenef Deepkin, looks like a bad guy. Lotan, Warden of the Soul Edgers, Idenef Deepkin, looks like a bad guy. Yet listed under the Sentinels of Order. Why? So, are they good guys then? You've got the Caradon Overlords here. They're kind of good guys. They're kind of the dwarves. I can see why they'd be there. Then you got over here, next page, you've got the Lumineth Realm Lords here. You've got the Sylvaneth. I get that they are good guys. I can see that them being good guys. Seraphon, which is my lizard men. Didn't think they were good guys, but they apparently are. Free Guild Hand Gunner, Cities of Sigmar, and Battle Mage, Cities of Sigmar. I can see they'd be good guys as well. A little picture down here. Can't see it very well, but in the battle for the mortal realms, mortal and immortal must stand as one. Sigmar's vision will only be made manifest through a great sacrifice in lives, and in that perhaps he and the dark gods he opposes are not so different after all. So what's it telling you here, really? Is it telling you that the lines of good and evil are kind of blurred? Because that's the image it's giving to me. But then it goes on over, talks about the harbingers of destruction. These big sons of Behemoth. The Titanic ones. They look like amazing models, by the way. Talks about those. Talks about the orcs. Goes on to tell you about the orc war clans. So we're on to the bad guys now. Talks about orc war clans. Harbingers of destruction. So Sentinels of Order we've done. Harbingers of destruction. Now these guys all look like bad guys. Got the Gut Rippers, Auroch war clans there. The Hobgrot Slitters, Auroch war clans there. You got Auroch war clans there. So these are Aurochs. Orcs. Tyrant, Ogre, more tribes. He looks pretty nasty. Gloomspite Gits. So Gits got to be orcs. Sons of Behemoth. War Stomper Mega Gargant. He looks cool. So Harbingers of Destruction. Yeah, he looks very cool. Yeah, I can see all this as the baddies. You know? Agents of Chaos talks about chaos. We know chaos is a bad thing, and Agents of Chaos shows you those. You've got the Blades of Khorne. So you got Khorne, you've got Tzeentch. Then you've got Skaven there. Nurgle. So I don't know why Skaven are even in there, really, but whatever. Because they're not a chaos. They're not anything to do with the demons, are they? But you know, this is my confusion with it. Another picture down here of a battle. When the legions of the ruinous powers march in step, scarce are the foes who can stand against them. In their wake, reality itself burns. Even the enlightened and the majestic lands of Hysh crumble at their coming. Okay, so, you know, that's kind of what it talks about. Next is the Bringers of Death. I haven't read that yet. So next, we will go on to that next time, the Bringers of Death. And I will mark my place here, because I think these need to be not too long. Gone in 14 minutes already. So, yeah, so that's just my little... so that's what I've built thus far with the getting started with Age of Sigmar. I'm hoping later on it will show me how to do a little combat and that kind of thing, movement and different things. And what we'll do is we'll set up, when the time comes, we'll set up a little area with maybe a little bit of terrain. Maybe we can roll some dice on camera to explain how that works. And that'd be good. That'd be good for me, and it'll be good for you guys, hopefully. Anyway, that's it for this part 3. Thanks ever so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like. Double thumbs up. Hey, thumbs down if you dislike, but that's fine. But give it something, you know, a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way is fine. Share the video if you want to help spread the word. Get the word out there. Get these videos watched. I need more watch traffic on my videos. Check out my Patreon if you want access to exclusive videos, and I'll see you guys on another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye-bye.